1 year ago, WrestleMania 36 kicked off as the first pay-per-view event for WWE without fans in attendance. So, obviously that show was very historic, just like how this show, WrestleMania 37, will be historic as well, as it will be the first WrestleMania since the pandemic era that finally has fans in attendance. And if you are one of those fans, I just want to say, hopefully you can stay safe. I sure as hell wouldn't be going to WrestleMania, but hey, you know what? If you just love WWE that much, by all means, go ahead. However, ladies and gentlemen, with WrestleMania 37 on the horizon, it's time to talk about each individual match, and more specifically, my own predictions. Well, alright everybody, welcome back to another predictions video right here on GrappleNation. Of course, my name is Dominic, and as I just mentioned, it's predictions time once again, this time for WrestleMania 37. And without further ado, let's get into it. To kick us off, we've got the WWE Title Match as Drew McIntyre looks to challenge Bobby Lashley for the title. And I'm going to say this, I think Bobby Lashley is going to win. Okay, this is a very unpredictable show. I will say that. Okay, top to bottom, T to B on every night. I could see a case for either competitor winning. And for this one, I can totally see the argument for why Drew should win, maybe. But I am under the firm belief that Bobby Lashley just won the WWE title. And I think that he should hold on to that title with MVP at ringside. You know, maybe there could be shenanigans. I don't know. Either way, though, even though I love Drew McIntyre, I think Bobby Lashley is going to win. Following that, we've got a tag team match playa as Bad Bunny and Damian Priest looks to defeat The Miz and John Morrison, because of course, Bad Bunny and Damian Priest are winning this one. It's the celebrity. The celebrity always wins, right? They're trained professional athletes. They have been training for wrestling their entire lives. Of course, the athlete beats the professional wrestler who has a lot of accolades under their belts, including, for The Miz especially, WWE freaking champion multiple times over now. Whatever. Either way, though, Bad Bunny and Damian Priest are going to win. And by the way, before I get into the next matchup, I just want to say that I'm not against celebrities competing in the ring. Okay, Bad Bunny especially has been, I guess, training since the Rumble every day in the Performance Center, so if that's the case, then by all means, hell yeah, go for it, kid. But yeah, either way though, Bad Bunny and Damian Priest are probably gonna win. And speaking of tag team matches, playa, we got the Raw tag team titles on the line as AJ Styles and Omos, whatever you want to call him, takes on Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods of the New Day. I think AJ and Omos are gonna win, because the big dude is the big dude, and the big dude does not fall to the little dude, and that is WWE in a nutshell. So AJ Styles also, he's the phenomenal one. He does phenomenal forearm. Omos does powerbomb or slam thing, and then they beat Kofi and Woods. This feels fairly predictable for me. Following that, steel cage matchup with Shane McMahon versus Braun Strowman in what is arguably the greatest professional wrestling storyline in existence. Whatever. Shane McMahon is going to win because it's a steel cage, and as such, Shane can climb over the cage and beat Braun. Next up, hopefully, what could be a great matchup as Cesaro takes on Seth Rollins. If this matchup does not have anybody in its way, if no producers start to scream at these guys or really micromanage these guys, if they can just go out there and do what they do best, and that's professional wrestling, then this should be a hell of a lot of fun. However, who do I think is going to win that matchup? Well, I think it's going to be Cesaro, because I don't know, I like Cesaro. Cesaro kind of just feels right. I can totally see Seth Rollins winning with those really cool suits, but I think Cesaro needs to win more. Seth Rollins, if he loses, nothing bad's going to happen to him. But, of course, it's Cesaro. And for some reason, Vince really hates Cesaro. And obviously, he hates our fun, too. But whatever, that's besides the point. I think Cesaro is going to win. Next up, we've got a tag team turmoil match as Lana and Naomi take on Dana Brooke and Mandy Rose, who take on the Riot Squad, who take on Natalya and Tamina, who take on Billie Kay and Carmella, with the winner receiving a women's tag team title shot on the next night. But who do I think will be winning this one? Natalya and Tamina, because I want Tamina Mania to happen. I really don't care. I just really, and I feel bad for not caring. I really don't care. Lastly, for night 1, we have got the women's title matchup, the SmackDown women's title matchup to be more specific, as Sasha Banks takes on Bianca Belair. This is Belair's time, baby. This is Bianca's time. Bianca Belair wins this matchup. Easy. 100%. But now let's move on to night 2, and let's kick us off with the Raw women's title matchup as Asuka takes on Rhea Ripley. I predict both women's titles are gonna change, because I think Rhea Ripley will win the Raw women's title. She just got called up and stuff, right? And she's been getting all this hype behind her. I don't know. I think Rhea Ripley beats Asuka in this one. Unless they pull a Shayna Baszler and they have Rhea Ripley lose. Rhea Ripley. I'm going to say Rhea Ripley, but they might do it. Next up, speaking of the women, let's talk about the women's tag titles once again, with Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler taking on the tag team turmoil winners, in which I said Natalya and Tamina, and Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler are going to win. Because the titles don't mean anything anymore. Like, I say anymore. They never meant anything. How is it that NXT, with their NXT women's tag team titles, in only 3 matches, have created a better division for these titles than WWE's main roster has in the last 2 or 3 years of programming with the women's tag team title? It's stupid. It's stupid. Nia and Shayna are winning, though. Next up, on a more positive note, if you want to call it that, The Fiend versus Randy Orton. I want this to be a Firefly Funhouse match. I want it so badly. It's so perfect. Randy Orton has so much shit you can play with. He has so much stuff you can play with. You could dissect Randy's career so easily. You could do so much cool stuff. Why is this only a singles match? I don't know. This should be a Funhouse match, and The Fiend should win, and I predict The Fiend to win either way, but it's perfect. It's perfect for a Funhouse match. Either way, though, United States title match coming up next with Matt Riddle versus Sheamus. I think Riddle is gonna win, because he just will. After that, we've got Big E versus Apollo Crews in a Nigerian drum fight for the Intercontinental title. I assume it's just a no disqualification match. I guess. I don't know. Either way, though, I think Apollo Crews is going to win. I thought he was going to win at the last pay-per-view, and I thought he was going to get kind of a rocket push with his new heel turn. And he didn't. So I think Big E is going to lose now. And then maybe he goes on and fights for the WWE title? Hopefully. Maybe? I don't know. Either way, though, let's get to some more positivity, shall we? Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn at WrestleMania. Look at that. Sure, the heel and face roles may feel a bit reversed, but hey, why not? Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn. How could you possibly make that match not exciting? Oh yeah, it also has Logan Paul. Shit. I guess Sami Zayn then, because he has Logan Paul by his side. I guess I don't know what. I mean, you can like who you like, but why are the Paul brothers here? Why is this a thing? By the way, though, main event time in a triple threat match for the WWE Universal title. We've got Roman Reigns versus Edge versus Daniel Bryan. This is the one that I'm very coin flippy on. This is like each guy really does have a 33 and a third % chance of winning at Sacrifice. But who do I think will win this? I've been kind of tossing my head back and forth with this. First off, I don't think Daniel Bryan's gonna win. But a part of me wants to say Edge, just because of the fairy tale story, but he's also a heel now. So, Roman Reigns? I could see Roman retaining. A part of me doesn't think his story's over. Like, I could honestly see him holding that title until next WrestleMania. Because it feels like the ultimate conclusion to this story is Roman versus The Rock. And so Roman, I think, keeps the title. By the way, though, what do you guys think is going to happen at WrestleMania 37? Of course, we're going to be doing the live reactions. It's going to be the 1-year anniversary since we started doing the live reactions, because we started it at WrestleMania 36, and we've been building and building all the way up to WrestleMania 37. It should be a lot of fun. But what do you guys think is going to happen at this pay-per-view event? Let me know down in the comments section below. Leave a like if you liked the video. Subscribe if you haven't already. But if you have, why not hit the bell to be notified of everything we do here on GrappleNation? Of course, my name is Dominic, and have a good day. Bye-bye.